My name is Fatima Moolla and I'm the Center Manager for Smart Exchange in Port Shepstone. And Smart Exchange is a business incubator that has its headquarters in Durban with the satellite office in Port Shepstone and a newly activated branch in KwaMashu. I worked as an educator for 8 years and I gave up that very secure government-paid job with all its perks when I saw the advert for a center manager at Smart Exchange in Port Shepstone. At that time, the center was not established and we had a rundown building that had to be renovated as well. So at that point, I left everything to join Smart Exchange because it seemed as though there was something there that was calling me. I needed a change in career, a change in focus. And I joined Smart Exchange, and firstly, I became a project manager because we had to renovate this really dilapidated, run-down building. So for 5 months, I worked with construction workers and tilers and plumbers and the whole lot, just to get the center up. And I was supported by the company in Durban, by Jonathan, our CEO, and by a good team that helped me. But this was a huge learning experience for me, daily working, literally on a construction site. But while that was happening, we had our training room that was in a fairly good condition. And while supervising workers on the construction site, I concurrently ran an entrepreneurship program for 2 months. The idea was that we were developing entrepreneurs that would then join our incubation system. And it worked very well because from the 15 that joined our entrepreneurship program, about 6 of them actually joined our incubator after that. And I'm quite proud of our achievement when I look at our center, the work that we've done there, the kind of finishes that we've put in. And we're proud to say that that's a world-class incubation center that we are actually offering in a small town. In Port Shepstone itself, we've been recognized and we've won the Mayoral Community Awards for the work that we've been doing with SMMEs and for the incubation work that we've been doing, for the jobs that we've created, for the women that we've been empowering, and as well as for the innovations that we've developing. In terms of the facilities and in terms of the programs and interventions that Smart Exchange actually rolls out to our incubatees. We do incubation, we do business development, we do mentorship and coaching, and we also try and provide as much market access as possible to our incubatees. But while we are doing all of that, we always try to focus on the women in our programs and to ensure that we're also reaching out to youth and also to disabled, people with disabilities. So it's a whole continuum of people that we are looking at. And it's not to say that we ignore men. It's nothing like that. But we also we have to also try and make sure at all points that we are bringing in all the stakeholders within our communities, everyone who's going to be able to make meaningful contributions. And then at Smart Exchange as well, we focused heavily on women empowerment and on youth empowerment within our own system as well. Every year we take in interns whom we develop, and once the internship is over, if they want to stay on, we see if there's a job for them, or if not, we know that they're empowered to go on to another job. And in terms of women empowerment as well, currently we have only 2 males at Smart Exchange, who's our CEO and our accountant, and the rest, there's 8 of us, we're all females. Some of our achievements at Smart Exchange are focused heavily on our innovative and innovation projects. And within the last 3 years, we've funded and we've supported innovation projects that have huge impacts on community, on digital disruption, and on job creation, women empowerment as well. The projects that we've been working on recently, to name a few, is the AdNotes project, which is working towards bringing connectivity to township and rural areas using the concept of TV white spaces. The other project that we've worked on since COVID is the See a Digitizer project that aims to digitize township businesses so that they do not lag behind when compared to their counterparts in the urban areas. We've managed to thus far digitize over 5,000 businesses, and we've linked it to a Uber-like delivery system that will work within the townships and create easy accessibility for township dwellers to access products and services. Within the first year, we actually met our 3-year target, which for us was awesome because it was scary, wondering if we'd make it and whether we'd, get the kind of incubators and the kind of businesses that we were looking for. But we are very fortunate in that we managed to do it. And we've been successful thus far. We've been blessed. We have different types of incubators, SMMEs who walk in, and everyone's different. Everyone has a different business case to present. And it's about working with your SMMEs and understanding the type of business that they want to develop, and also getting them to understand really what market needs are and how sometimes they have to change the entire business case if they want to meet the market demands. I've been asked this question many times about the challenges that I face as a woman. And I always say this: I don't look at myself as a woman in a male-dominated world, and I don't ever try to pitch myself against anyone, either men or women. I just prefer to look at myself as someone who stands alone, who believes in what she does, and who goes out there and does it. I don't have a space for the male-female argument or agenda in my life. I prefer to simply, see things as this is the project, this is what has to be done, these are the individuals and the teams who are involved, and this is how we're going to do it. In terms of future goals, I'm looking and I'm hoping to see our commercial center completely functional. Although we've activated it, the actual building is still it's still under construction. We are facing a few challenges there, but I want to see that makerspace and that living lab fully operational to serve the needs of the people in the pink precinct. And once that's done, I also want to see the activation of an urban township center as well, incubation center, so serving both the communities, because the needs are different, because there are so many skilled young people, skilled women in townships that will benefit so much from the facilities that an urban area as well would bring, from the exposure of working in an urban area. In terms of personal goals, I think because I've come from an education background and also from an entrepreneurial background. Both my parents were in business from forever. They were entrepreneurs, they've been self-made. And I think if anything, I'd like to work again in the educational space, not to go back to teaching, but to take my learnings from education and to develop innovations, to develop systems that will work better to assist our education system in growing and to grow our young people in such a way that education is not just seen as a system of educating, where kids have to go to school and just have to imbibe knowledge, but a system where they learn, where they can thrive, where they can grow, where their different needs are met. Firstly, I'd like women to ensure that they do educate themselves. And it's not just school education. Education is broad. There's so much that you can learn. And once you have education, it's follow your passions, follow your dreams. Do what you believe in. And it's your dream, it's your life. You have to write your story. Smart Exchange has its focus on community development and upliftment. But in my personal capacity as well, I do serve on the executive of an NPO called Sisters for Humanity, with our core focus being on providing relief to impoverished societies. So we work within the communities of Port Shepstone and the outlying areas, as well as in Durban. And also our work takes us across the borders. We've worked in various war-torn countries as well, where we provide relief services. We support primarily through fundraising. So our idea is when there's a need, we try and raise as much funds as we can through various projects. And we're blessed in Port Shepstone. We have an absolutely generous community. They've always come to our aid, and they've always supported our projects, whether they be locally, nationally or globally. And it's something that gives us a lot of joy, and it also gives, it gives your life meaning as well, knowing that you're part of these kind of efforts to help create relief for anyone or for any community, wherever they may be around the world.